What's up, guys? Jesse here with Adventure Endeavor, and today we're going on a cannonball run. And we are literally in the middle of nowhere. What'd you get?
I got the money. The moolah. That's a big storm.
We are here boondocking near Canon City, Colorado, and we are making a trek, a super fast trek with quick turnaround to Tyrone, Oklahoma. You're probably wondering why we're going to Tyrone, Oklahoma. Just make sure you watch to the end. Well, guys, as we stated, we are on this cannonball run. We're on this mission. And we are at the bank and we're picking up a large sum of money. Well, not very large, but large for our standards. And we're heading to Tyrone, Oklahoma. We are purchasing something that we have talked about purchasing for a while. I'm sure a lot of you are going to think it's maybe a silly purchase, that we're ridiculous, whatever, but you know what? We've talked about it, we've gone over the pros and cons, and we'll be making a video on the pros and cons, but this is just the journey to get what we're getting. We're nervous, we're excited, but you know, that's what life is all about, and overall, this is gonna be cool. Made it to Carrizo Creek. This is in Colorado still, and you can tell they have some little shade thingies, a table, a little barbecue. They do have a fire pit as well. We're gonna set up our tent and we're gonna snuggle up and get ready to go to bed because it's cold, but it's really pretty and calm out here.
We have a long day tomorrow, so
We do.
it's nice.
So tomorrow we have like a 3-hour drive in the morning. Then we gotta look at said item. And then we have a 5.5-hour drive back to our spot.
I hear cows.
I hear cows too, so it's a long day. This place wasn't on our radar or anything. It's pretty far off the beaten path, but it's really nice. Amazing sunset. There's only 3 spots, which is kind of weird. And there's one person in another one. They do have pit toilets, and it's just really cool to find something, you know, you're not really looking for it, and then you come here and it's just like a really nice surprise. We are on our journey, continuing our mission, and we are just driving on this super nice dirt road. And I think because we went to that camp spot that was a little off the main highway, now we have 52 miles of a dirt road. It's a really nice graded dirt road, and it's literally in the middle of the country, and it just feels like, I don't know. It reminds me of, what the heck is that movie with Tom Hanks when he...
At the end of Castaway, right?
Yes, at the end of Castaway. It's just like in the middle of nowhere, and he goes to that ranch because he had that one package. I know you guys are super intrigued by this.
And he like pulls up to that 4-way stop, and he just like stops, and then he turns, and it's just like,
which way do I go?
Absolutely nowhere. I don't know which way to go. I'm gonna go this way. Like,
that's what we feel like right now.
Yeah.
So 50 miles, dirt road, nice graded dirt road, but it's just really different. It's kind of fun. horrible idea to buy it. But the problem is that they're just gonna get more and more expensive, and they're gonna be harder and harder to find. So it's either like we do it or we don't do it. We're gonna be fixing a lot of stuff on it.
It's gonna be a major project for sure, which obviously we knew that getting into this.
It's just kind of hard when you're on the road, but I mean, I guess you just fix one thing at a time, right? What are your thoughts? He said the AC works.
I mean...
AC. Oh, there's dust in there. Decisions. I feel like it's such a hard decision because we live on the road and it's going to be a project.
Yeah.
The motor has like a pretty big oil leak is what's probably most concerning. So it's like you just keep putting oil in it and then potentially do a motor swap down the road.
Well, we were planning to do a motor swap at some point anyway, but it's just a matter of like, when is that going to be?
And I mean,
required.
The thing is that these are really hard to find, and they're just getting harder and harder to find. Yeah. And it's like, so if you want something cool and old like this and build it into an off-roader like our plan is, at some point you have to just do it and bite the bullet and do it, or you're never going to do it. So It's just really, it's hard being on the road.
Yeah. Buying a
33-year-old
vehicle. Yeah. I think this is 1989, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Buying a vehicle this old is definitely going to be a project no matter what. And there's obviously going to be things that are broken on it or not working, like in tip-top shape, obviously.
It's probably a horrible idea, to be honest. But we only drive like a couple hours like every week.
That's true.
It's not like we're driving it every day.
Yeah. Decisions.
Man, this is going to be a tough call.
I don't know.
All right.
We need to think it over a little.
We need to think, but we're 5 hours away is the problem.
I know. Gotta make a decision quickly.
12 seconds later.
This is going to be our life now, driving separate, so it should be interesting. We spend pretty much all of our time together, and now we're kind of getting some alone time. We are, able to communicate on these radios, and that's great. There are definitely pros and cons with driving separate, which we're just barely starting to discover. This is obviously our first time ever doing so. But to be honest with you, so far I'm enjoying driving, and I'm enjoying listening to my podcast. This is, like I said, this is what life is all about. It's about grabbing the bull by the horns, and it is about doing what we want to do when we want to do it within reason. I mean, you guys know us pretty well, but you don't know us like as well as we know each other. So we've talked about this a lot, and we have worked really hard to pay off a bunch of debts and put ourselves in a situation where this feels right now. And you know what? Worst case scenario, if it turns out that this isn't a good time, like if something comes up and we can't spend money to build this, or whatever, we can sell it, we can store it and build it later. It is what it is. We're gonna figure it out no matter what. She's a beaut, Clark.
Add a little oil. I don't even know how far we've driven, but it hasn't been much. We decided to top off the oil, top off the old fuel tank, because we don't know this vehicle. It was showing a half tank. We're in the middle of Oklahoma. There's nothing out here. So we're kind of when we see gas, we should get gas. We should check the oil. But what's interesting is you see I have a toolkit out. Toolkit, this is our handy dandy tool to pop the hood. So The hood on the old girl doesn't really come unlatched, but I got it figured out, I hope. Oops, that's not how you do it.
So, do you want to explain how the previous owner opened the hood?
He had a crowbar. I asked him if it was included in the sale, and he said it was not, unfortunately. But anyways, you gotta put this in here, and you kind of just jimmy it, but it's already latched, so you get the idea.
We just bought one of these cassette adapters for the Jeep, so Jesse could listen to music on his phone. And we stuck it in, and now it's stuck.
I got it out.
Oh, you got it out? Well, it didn't work, so that's cool. Okay.
We're gonna see if we can return it, because now I don't even have radio. We're done.
It's still not working. The radio's still not working? Radio was working.
So far, it's not too bad. The Jeep just cruises right along. It's kind of nice. Nice wide open windows. Feel like I'm in a classic again. Getting passed by a semi-truck. Don't worry about that. Minor details. We're living the dream. The grand American dream. It might be hard to tell, but the passenger window just keeps rolling itself down. Is this your first ride in the Jeep? Do you like the Jeep, baby? Wanna go for a ride? Let's go. Let's go on the open road.